Yo.
Kizzy.
Yo. All right. Welcome back to another episode of the Brothers Podcast.
That's a Finac.
This is Nico.
This is Abdalla.
And I'm X.
And we got a special guest.
Yes,
here, that's a fact. We got my cousin, my brother from another mother.
My guy.
Glad to be here for sure.
Xavier.
Huge fan, by the way.
Oh, thank you. We appreciate it, my brother.
We appreciate that.
Man, people know for the past couple weeks, like once Abdalla is tied up or he on the phone for 2 hours, 4 hours, they know who I'm talking to. It's this guy right here. I'm not a phone guy. He's not a phone guy, but niggas be FaceTiming. Niggas be talking on the phone for everything. Hours. Yo, this is my guy right here, man. Like, we've been cool as shit since I was like 1 year old. Yeah. Because you was born 94.
94.
I was born September 92. Yeah, you came home. You was living in Guyana for, I don't know, like 10 months, I heard.
Yeah, something of that nature.
So we was together since then. We got pictures with me holding you as a baby. And then we linked up again when I came up here to America, when I got my visa and shit.
Oh, yeah. You do got your visa.
You gotta have a visa to come here.
Oh, all right. Just making sure. Just making sure.
I ain't trying to get caught up.
Just making sure you here.
Like, I'm straight now. I got a passport, so I'm pretty sure I don't need. You know,
MAGA country.
MAGA country. Yeah, we linked up again when I came up here in 2001. We was living in Queens, and yeah, since then, you know.
That's what's up. It sounds like how me and Novian was.
That's a fact. Yeah, this is like
when
my
I was
Novian.
younger. Like going from high school on the phone for hours. Like, you know what I'm saying? Next day, same shit. Next day, same shit. We used to play Yu-Gi-Oh over the phone.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Wait, you too?
Nah, we never played over the phone.
Yeah, we had the cards. Like,
we would talk about our cards over the phone, but we never played over the phone. All the times you told me, I would have told you.
That's some next level. That's some next level because you gotta read the effects, everything.
Yeah. Nah, there's a lot of cheating that's gonna. I just drew my third blue eyes, and I got polymerization in my hand.
I have 4,000 languages.
Niggas holding a fucking gazelle.
Yeah, facts.
Shout out my cousin Novia.
Yeah, shout out Novia.
Hopefully
man.
you good. You know, we don't really have him too much now, but that's what's up though, man.
Yeah.
So you 27, you like 25.
25, yeah.
25, right?
Mm-hmm. But
keep that going, man.
Yeah. Remember that day in Queens when we I was like,
I knew he was about to get into this.
I was like 8 or 9, and you was like 7 or 6, and we went outside. It was fall, and you know the leaves be falling, the brown leaves. So we had picked up a couple of those. You know,
don't try this at home, by the way.
Yeah, don't try this at home. Got some loose leaf paper, went down in the basement.
Oh shit!
Rolled up. Oh man,
burned your throat,
Mac and Devin go to high school. Yeah, we coughed our lungs out, man.
Yeah,
we coughed our lungs
crazy.
Out. Hey, live and learn.
Yeah, that's a fact. Years later, we recreated
that's
though,
funny.
But with the real deal, Holyfield.
Yeah,
we good now.
Niggas tried to smoke leaves with loose leaf.
We was like, let's try that shit that we saw Chris Rock them doing.
That's what they be smoking. You
That
know,
they
you
did
young, your eyes get all gleamy, like, oh yeah,
right.
That's what the adults doing, but nah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. This my man though.
And where you from? You said, well, I know Guyana, but like you live in ATL, you say, right?
Yeah, I'm in the A now, so
how's that?
Pretty solid, you know, as far as the whole like Black Mecca aspect. A lot of out of towners either come to live or to experience, you know, different historical places they heard about, different restaurants, supporting Black business booming out there. Yeah. If you want to get into that, as far as just the dynamic, you know, it's cool, booming, a lot going on. You know, you just find your little groove and a lot of opportunities.
That's a big reason why I wanted to move. Well, I was considering moving to ATL because I heard it's like the Black Mecca out there.
Yeah,
like, it's like
you were considering?
Yeah, I was.
Oh yeah,
I am considering.
I am. I shit changes.
We can move Brothers Podcast.
Nature,
move to ATL.
Better, like cleaner air. You know, different little aspects or whatever.
Right.
Speaking of cleaner air, today actually shows unhealthy air qualities again. So guys out there, be careful. The day before Thanksgiving, they coming to get us, just like they did the Indians.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Right. Thanksgiving. What's that?
Unhealthy blankets.
That's crazy. But nah, I did hear that the Mecca, but is it true? You know what they say about the abundance of homosexuals.
It's like any like booming city. You're gonna have your little areas.
Nah, but I hear it's crazy.
But I mean, it's more accepting for that culture. So
right.
It's like, what can you do? You ain't gonna see a bunch of Black Panthers walking down the street, but hey, you have your pride and your little whatever's. But everybody just got their little groove.
Yeah.
So like me, I do like the museums. I'm still into that from like the New York days. So I do the museums, like the spoken words and stuff, open mic type, artsy type stuff. So let's be out the way.
That's what's up. Somebody told me recently that they probably was just capping. They probably was lying, to be honest, because they don't live in Atlanta. But somebody told me recently that in Atlanta, like the gay guys, they're a little aggressive. Since there's so much of them, they kind of like they not on some like
mafia.
Like they not on some.
They do got a mafia.
The gay mafia has already been prevalent in this country for days. But I hear that they not. Like in New York City, they'll look at you and see if you react to it. And
hey, nigga, you got you got a nice little ass, nigga.
I heard like Atlanta, like they'll
give me that ass,
you,
nigga.
like they'll approach you like,
you, nigga. Give me that
like
ass,
yo, you look good, man. What's up, man?
I don't know, cause like I had a couple buddies that would go there prior to me living there.
Yeah,
and they was like, the homo thugging is real. And I'm like,
that's what I'm talking about.
Homo thugs, like, hold up. They're like, yeah, like, dudes playing the fence, all types of that type of stuff. Right. So with the female aspect, they're always wary of that. Because, it come health concerns and that. Yeah. So for a straight male, perfect. You do your little courting or whatever you do. You're good. Yeah. But
because y'all is scarce.
Yeah, it's very scarce. So
you be like, yo, look, Keisha. I got Simone and I got Tiffany. You cool with that? Hey, you like the only straight nigga in 46 miles. So yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's better.
Imagine if it's like that. Yo, that'd be
it's
crazy.
Better to just be out the way. Just do your little thing, be out the way. You good.
Plus, honesty is always the best policy. So
I fuck with Atlanta though.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind seeing myself live down there. To be honest. That Florida or Cali.
He just want the stripper and wings. Don't be fooled.
And the nice weather. Yeah. But Atlanta, I went out there in March for spring break. It was chilly as shit. I was expecting it to be warmer.
Yo, it gets
but
cold.
Yeah, I definitely gotta check that out when it's warm.
Yeah.
Like
those days of like escaping the cold in the wintertime down south, them days are over. I think so.
Oh yeah.
Break.
I had a time where I told you I went to Epcot Center, like Disney, like a part Disneyland in Florida. I went to that shit in Orlando one year for a convention.
It's cold,
bro. It was so cold. Our hands were numb in Florida,
and then you got the water right there.
Pissed off.
I'm talking about it was freezing cold. I remember that day like it was yesterday, bro. It was freezing. I'm like,
this is outside,
Florida.
Right? This is outside, not inside.
Yeah, outside.
Like the AC
outside
blasting on. Like
I'm like, yo, what the fuck's going on there? Freeze. I'm like, I had no gloves, so my shit was numb. My phone, some phones like I had an iPhone 6 at the time.
Okay.
When your phone gets so cold, like it turns off, type shit. Like
it does that.
You be like at 50%.
I just know when
your shit just die out.
Yeah.
That shit happened to me. That's how cold it was, bro.
I just know when it's too hot. I didn't know when it's too cold. It does.
I had it in both instances. Yeah.
Cold.
Wow.
Florida.
Damn, that
the
cold?
Sunshine State.
Wow.
I don't know if that's global warming. I don't know if that's manipulation.
What I was thinking is, a lot of white people live down there. White people like cold weather, but I also know white people like warm. So I don't know if they could be like, hey, Jim, fire up that harp machine. It's a little too hot in this.
It was cold, bro.
Yeah, so
a little too festive. You feel me?
Right.
It's a little too African American.
You feel me? Like, hold up, what resort is this? Yeah.
So what we getting into?
You first.
Me first?
Yeah.
All right, so fellas.
Oh shit.
The Armageddon is here, man.
The Armageddon.
Armageddon.
They making male birth controls, whereas it's injection. Like the female injection, you get shot in the thigh. Oh, girl, yeah, I just got my injection in my thigh.
But
like,
it ain't
niggas gonna be saying, yo, man, I just got my shots in my thigh, man.
Nah.
Like, yo, it's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna explain it. All right, so let me get the
injecting you in your dick.
I don't care how many testimonials. Nah. The answer is no.
Yeah, nah.
Let me get the.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not afraid of needles, but that's my dick. That's crazy.
My thing is, this is still the trial run.
Exactly.
Who's to say what it is really?
Facts.
It dropped this year.
Bro, you might get that shot, bro, and in 6 months your dick might fall off.
There you go.
Or if 6 months you can't even get up. Period.
There you go.
That's another thing too.
So you got to go in Cialis now.
Yeah. Plus, it's only one form. Women. Well, I'm gonna let you explain it. Just women got multiple different forms. So if this one is too painful, we got this. If you don't like needles, take a pill. If you just want to have it in you without her to remind you, you got that. This is one form right now.
And then there's some women that are still opposed to, the different forms of the contraception. So it's like,
of course,
if it's affecting them like that, who knows?
Okay, so the name of it is called the Reversible Inhibition of Sperm Under Guidance.
It's too long.
RISUG. Yeah, it's mad long.
I ain't fucking with that.
So the Indian Council of Medical Research, ICMR, has successfully completed clinical trials of the world's first injectable male contraceptive, according to the Hindustan Times. It's now awaiting approval by the Indian Drug Administration, but if it gets the green light, it could be manufactured at some point in the next 6 to 7 months. All right, so basically what this RISUG bullshit is they take a needle, inject you in 2 veins in your dick, and when the liquid goes into the vein, it fills it up, but it hugs the inner wall of the veins that it's injected into. So now when you ejaculate, the sperm that travels through these 2 particular veins, when they pass that area that the liquid is hugging the walls, it neutralizes the head and the tail of the sperm cells. So it kills the head, it can't penetrate the egg, and kills the tail, so the sperm cell is no longer mobile.
So they're zombies, basically.
And yeah, they just like in the girl's pussy. It goes in and it's like,
oh shit.
Return the slave.
That's funny.
I suffer my curse. If you watch Courage the Cuddly Dog, you caught that.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, what do y'all think about this? Would y'all get this?
You go first.
I'll go first. No.
But nah, that whole process just sounds like nah. I'll go to the doctor. I don't even do the needles, so.
That's a fact. In my arm.
Nah, I'll be like, but at least we know you're not an addict. I'm like, yeah.
Bro, last week
I don't do no needles.
I'm gonna interject real quick. Last week I was telling Dominique, it's either last week or a week before, I was telling Dominique that I went to do blood work, but the woman she wasn't getting my vein, so she was moving the needle under my skin, and I could see it move under my skin. That shit hurt.
Ooh.
Imagine going for this procedure,
and they missed the vein,
and they miss your vein in your dick, and that shit is moving around, and you see,
and just think about this,
and it hit the wrong vein
just now,
and you impotent.
Thing is, you gotta be. I'm imagining you gotta be hard to do this. You can't find the vein on a soft dick. Pause. You're gonna have to get a type of erection.
You could show. You still see the vein,
bro. If they having a hard time,
I can't remember if they use anesthesia.
Your arms like this. Imagine your shit is on shrimp mode. It's cold outside. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to.
Okay, yeah. In that case,
jerk you off real quick. I need some neck real quick.
In that case, I would prefer a woman if I was to do this.
1000%. Bro, can I be?
Oh yeah,
you have to like a nigga.
I'll be.
Well, sir, I assure you, I'm the one that came up with the idea.
They need to start doing that.
I'm big.
He'll do his own shit.
Nah, I'll be completely transparent. I went to go get tested, the whole 9, HIV, STDs, a couple weeks ago. And they, you know how when it's a woman, I'm assuming so. A lot of times the woman requires like a woman doctor. Is that a thing? They do that?
Usually. Yeah,
usually, right? Because like
they request
feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
They need to start doing that with men, bro. I don't need this man juggling my balls, checking for cancer. I just don't like it. I just don't want it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, bro, I gotta check. I'm like, bro, it's no nurse in here that know how to do this shit. All you do is touching my balls. You getting your rocks off on this shit? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey.
But
you'll be surprised.
My thoughts on this birth control shit is like, one, they saying it's good for 10 years. How do you know that?
Well, yeah, I was going to say that too.
Trial run.
Yeah, it's supposed to.
Maybe now for 7 months.
Make you sterile for 10 years. The shot lasts about 10 years. But it never. Excuse me. It never disclosed if there's like different like dosages that would
that is say that though. Huh? Wouldn't they say that in the same sentence?
Yeah, I would expect it, but they never specified if like there's different dosages that is, you know,
hopefully it is.
So I have a question though.
Different duration of how long it can
So
last.
let's say you knowingly sign up for this procedure, right? Mm-hmm. Something goes wrong. Does that void all medical malpractice, you know, type settlements, or are you still open to? How does that the legal side of it work?
It would depend on the disclaimer or waiver or whatever you sign prior to the procedure. Because I would expect you before every procedure. I think people sign off.
And know.
Yeah, but regardless, even if you sign, like if you fucking go in there for a heart transplant and they cut your spleen, what the fuck you doing? I need 50 million. You know what I'm saying? So if you go in for, you know, you getting this birth control shit and they cut the wrong, like the girl with the needle, she can't find it. She poked the wrong hole. Now your urine is poked. Your urine hole is poked. Some shit I don't know. And now you get an infection. I'm suing you for 80 million.
If it's like that, then yeah. If it, in terms of like that type of malpractice,
like if something happened of like maybe
because it would depend on if it's like obvious malpractice or if something happened out of the range that we tested so far.
Okay,
because they have been testing it in India. So they like, oh, we need a bunch of like
a target group.
A bunch of people.
It's a billion of y'all. So
yeah,
so if you
y'all can sacrifice,
y'all good over it,
and y'all melanated.
Right.
So, well, thinking about it, it said that Asians have like the smallest on the planet.
Yeah, so the average is like
it's 3. More likely for them to miss the wrong vein.
Facts. Hard or not.
I couldn't see it.
Imagine if it's an Asian doctor too. You really can't see.
Oh nah, on some test dummy shit.
But
y'all be careful.
But yeah, so they've been testing it this year, and they said that so far based on the outcome, the conclusions from the experiments, there's nothing risky, and there's everything is good.
That's cap.
That's the same year. You cannot test something the same. It's only months apart. There's a bunch of, like you said earlier, there's a lot of women contraceptives that is still showing negative side effects.
And it's 18 versions of that shit.
There's food that we eat that has negative side effects.
Yep.
Yeah. You shooting me my dick is gonna be 100. It's gonna be great. Yeah. Like nah.
Every human though has like that small room for error though. Exactly. With anything, automotives, anything they design,
exactly,
is gonna have that small little.
For sure. Safe to say, nobody in this room getting that shit.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I know some women's gonna hear this. Feminists on Twitter, they're gonna hear this shit.
Well, I think they should shut up because they don't have a dick. If we can't speak on their shit, you should shut up.
That's true. But then they probably gonna be like, oh, but y'all want us to do birth control, but y'all don't want to do that. I saw women on Twitter. She was like, no man better not turn us down because y'all old for women to be on birth control. I'm like,
every man don't.
I'm a man that's like, look, like, if you don't want to get it, I'm not even forcing you.
That's it.
Like, there's no really you don't want it. None of that. You don't want to get it. You don't feel comfortable. All right, good. We gonna figure it out. Yep. Just know.
I was in a situation one time.
It's murky waters.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, they generalizing if they say something like that. Because not every man.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's what feminists do.
Be like.
They put men in the box.
You go get an abortion.
Right.
Yeah.
But I forgot to say this in the beginning of the episode.
What's that?
Shout out to my nephew, Ermias Emmanuel Hazel. Just born November 19th. Can't wait to meet you.
Ermias is
Nip's real name. Yeah.
Right. That's what's up.
Yeah, we're going to have 2 Ermiases in the
That's
family. Yeah, my brother. Shout out to him. Big bro.
The one that's in the military.
Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I can't
That's
wait
dope.
to meet him.
That's a hell of a name.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
God will rise.
Hey man, congrats. I'm yet to meet Anthony.
Yeah.
I gotta meet him.
Yeah.
But
yeah. We done with that topic?
Yeah, we done with that bullshit, man.
Okay.
We done with that bullshit, man. We ain't getting no fucking
on to the next.
Yeah, we ain't getting no injections in our dick, man. Shit might. All right, we testing all black people and Indians first for 2 years, and then we gonna check it. We gonna check the Jews and the white people. You know what I'm saying? That's the plan.
Yep. Work out the kinks.
Exactly.
We could get into the Chinese imperialism.
Yeah, let's do that.
Being that we on Asians.
So on Twitter, Twitter is like fucking encyclopedia for current events now. Chinese been moving into Africa, moving all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
The islands and in Africa, buying up land and stuff like that. I've been seeing a string of videos of just like articles of them forcing like their imperialism on like African citizens, African children, forcing them to learn Chinese, forcing them to live the way they live in China, but
assimilate.
And the Chinese they're doing a lot of fuckery. You know what I'm saying? Like they're lending
African countries
money, knowing they can't pay it back, and then accepting land in return. So it's kind of like, we know we putting you in debt.
Yeah.
Willingly.
Modern day white supremacy. Yeah.
To be fair across the board, it's a lot of African politicians, whatever, that's just
falling for
it.
They just going for it. Yeah, they sell out. They're sellouts. Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are we doing
here?
You
get money under the table, but make sure you sacrifice.
You know what I'm saying?
Country.
Like we already got hoodwinked, bamboozled by white people, and now we in I guess we're not in an unknowingly state now. Now we got
all this information.
Exactly. Yeah. And now you just willingly just giving up shit to Chinese people now.
Because this is what I always say. A lot of black people,
I don't get it.
They preach this black shit, but niggas is pieces of shits. Like they don't care. Money is people's gods.
Yeah,
like that's
true.
And then they see like if I don't play this game, you can kill me, or you can replace me. So that's where the survival of the dog eat dog mentality kicks in.
I feel as though like your cultural identity is just gone because you're not gonna be Africans in China or Africans under China. You're just gonna be Chinese. You're gonna contribute to society, but you're not gonna practice. All that stuff is gonna be watered down. Your children won't know about your culture.
Right.
That's been going on for generations. So
that's what
it come down to.
Yeah.
And we already see what they're doing. We talked about it before. You know about it, right? Like how they got
Muslims.
Muslims in concentration camps, and so it's like
the Jesus. So it's perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Writing the Bible.
Yeah.
It's That's exactly. They read the blueprint from white people. They're like, the white people are like, listen, Ching Chong. We're dying faster than we're reproducing right now. Right. So we only have about 50 more years with you motherfuckers. So this is the blueprint. You go over there, you enslave those niggers.
That's really what it is.
That's pretty much.
And you
modern slavery.
You take over from us. You take over from us for the next 5,000 years. Whatever. Yeah. We're out of here. The white race is out of here. That's pretty much what it is. That's all it is. And Chicha, oh, thank you. Oh, so happy, sir. So happy, sir. Thank you. Oh, Mr. Honey. And that's it.
The debt is creating the system of slavery.
Yeah.
Because you will never pay off that debt. So you're just going to keep being in the cycle of working it. Thinking you working it off, but in turn, you just generating more revenue.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
It's like the IRS system.
Right.
Same
exactly.
shit.
Same shit.
How they going to pay
concept.
off a debt to somebody that's taking over their land, their government? That's a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
We got to pay you back, but you control our banking systems now. You're controlling the land. You controlling who get high. You controlling education. We supposed to double back on our shit, you know what I'm saying? Build up our community, you know, and figure out a way to do all that shit. But you in control of everything.
Yeah.
So you probably stifling every way we can try to get ahead up.
African countries.
We're going to keep you right here where we need you.
These leaders are actually putting their knowingly putting their people, their countries, their nation under the system of Chinese supremacy.
It's like a subcategory of white supremacy.
Yeah. Pretty much.
It's crazy.
And then this is why a couple episodes ago when I touched on it's a video circulating about you know about it too with the black people moving to Asian countries. I'm like, this got to be propaganda because it's a way of getting you out of your country. So there's barely anybody with, national, pride for their country. So we move you out, make this fake video, whatever. This is potential. I'm not saying this is exactly the motive, but move you out, and then create this video for this false narrative, get more people to assimilate to this ideology, to move out of their native lands. And we go in, like you said, Asians are everywhere. Chinese people are everywhere on the planet now. They're just, modern day imperialism. And we go in, we coerce your government, we put it in a headlock, we take over your central bank, and we take over everything. And then we don't even have to be like a large proportion of the population. As long as we lock down the main functions of government, we don't care. It's like what the Rothschilds say. I don't care who sits on the throne or who's the prime minister. As long as I'm in control of printing of your money, that's it. I don't care who you put as a puppet, because ultimately I'm going to control him.
Right.
So exactly what I see it as. So
Yo, you know what I was looking up recently? Because I kind of mentioned I was going to mention that some folks are calling what they doing to the Muslims over there, like the new Holocaust.
It is a Holocaust.
Yeah.
All the Holocaust is subjugation. It's pretty much a concentration camp.
Yeah.
Right.
That's all the Holocaust is. Tuskegee was a concentration camp. What the Japanese did to the Chinese was a concentration camp in Manchuria. So nothing new under the sun. It's the same shit, bro. Yeah. Same shit.
I was watching a Joe Rogan clip, and he had some guy on there. I think he's like a ex-war vet or a current war vet. And he got he's on this show called Finding Hitler. He was speaking about it. Super interesting show. And the big story, the big belief is that he killed himself in the bunker.
Yeah, he drank the poison. It's a lie.
Completely not true. Nigga escaped to Venezuela.
Yeah.
I've been hearing.
I've been saying. You know what I'm saying? Like he's exposing this shit. Like the skull that they found that the Russians said was Hitler was really the skull of a woman's body. So
and plus he had a lot of doubles.
Debunked. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that too.
Hitler had a lot of doubles.
And he was like, he said something interesting that had me just like, it had me question like karma. It really had me question karma. Like, does this shit even exist? Is there some type of karmic, you know what I'm saying?
Does what exist?
Does
karma exist?
Yeah. It had me question it.
Okay.
Because he was like, the folks that, including Hitler, the folks that escaped to Venezuela and Chile and South America, right? These weren't like little soldiers that was just, in it because they were German. These were high-ranking monsters that was committing heinous crimes. Like he said some shit like inject like saying like, all right, we want your eyes to be blue,
Mm-hmm.
right? You got these brown eyes, you inferior. We want your eyes to be blue. Injecting ink in like kids' eyes and like people's like the Jews' eyes, like nah, like just doing real like experimental like demonic
evil
shit. Yeah. These type of folks escape to Chile and start like he said, if you go to Chile right now, there's like this German communities in the mountains that only speak German. There's like thousands of them.
Yeah.
They're the descendants of Nazis, right? And they know they're
on the same type of time.
Yeah.
Same type of time.
Because they're groomed
the
that
locals
way.
Can't even go in there and shop at they shop. Like it's crazy. And I forgot the guy's name. He mentioned he was like, this guy was a complete monster. He said they found his diary. He died on a beach and on some island or on some area over to South America, married to a Brazilian chick.
Damn.
He was a monster. Died of old age. No, not Hitler. Some other guy. I forgot his name.
Because I heard Hitler died in D.C.
In America?
Yeah. Phil Valentine was talking about it.
Wow.
Yeah. The CIA brought him over here from Venezuela.
Oh, wow.
I've been heard about the whole South America.
But check it. He died on the beach, right? Married to a Brazilian chick. Probably was fire. And just like, where's his karma? You know what I'm saying? He did.
But the karma is not
all these guys.
The karma is not always to that person. It could be to his great grandchild.
That's true.
I suppose.
The energy
what I was hearing, like these niggas is chilling up there.
White supremacy is in full swing. I mean, it's slowly declining, but these niggas chilling
Still
for the past 500 years. Like, well, not even 500. Way back. Well, yeah, 500 because that's fall of Granada.
I'm saying,
it's niggas did all that
the
shit in
pendulum
Germany,
been swinging back.
Moved to South America and got they chilling.
Nature is taking its course. They're in decline. This has never been in occurrence ever before in history. So that is karma. Worldwide, they're dying faster than reproducing.
I suppose
they can't even come to
I'm not sure if that's
the conclusion of how this happened. You are sorry.
I'm not sure if that's an American thing. I'm not sure if that statistic is affecting them in Chile and Venezuela. I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? They may just be building their population just slowly just recouping.
No, that's not what's happening.
Who knows?
I'm telling you, that's not what's happening.
Because if it's a small community, I can't imagine them being affected by the medium of like, all right, you guys are dying more than producing. I don't know if that's the case for them. They in a whole different other ecosystem, a whole different other environment, another country. Who knows?
We gotta see the causes behind to see if it's genetic or
right. Because I know America has a big opioid problem.
Yeah, and that's a major contributor.
It could be karma. It could be that. But I don't know if that's the same case for them. They may just be over there striving.
But see, this is how
and that kind of pisses me
and
off.
this is how the earth is though. But all of it ties into nature and life and energy. When something is happening on one side, the opposite is happening on the other side. So we could looking at, oh my God, the glaciers is melting. But there's another part of the earth where glaciers are forming.
Right.
So we're looking at it from a half full or half empty standpoint.
Okay.
So we got to look at it from a totality aspect to fully get it. But that's why I was saying at the same time, it's overall because I'm taking into consideration the full population, every person that classifies as white on the planet. The number is decreasing more than it's adding, being, repleted. So that's why I'm saying, like, they're dying faster than reproducing.
Hey.
So population, that concentration would be growing. They would seem like they're growing.
Yeah. But the overall
number.
Don't give a fuck about the overall. You know what I'm saying?
But the main thing I like how the main thing I want people to pay attention to is like these niggas are being groomed like they on the same type of time. So
facts.
And a lot of people tend to not remember and realize that black people was killed during the Holocaust in Europe, in Germany. Yeah. So it's not just like when people hear Holocaust, they hear Jews. 6 million Jews.
Exclude,
No, it's Jews, blacks, homosexuals. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not just Jews. Jews were the main concentration of victims, but so
Just hearing that's a little off on a tangent, but
there's also
just hearing that, I was like, that's crazy. I didn't know. I didn't know.
There was also a German town in California.
Yeah.
Escape SS soldiers went to California, mountains in California, started a village there too in the 40s, 50s.
That's crazy.
Build mansions and all of that.
Yep.
The government knew about that. That's what I'm saying.
Crazy.
And whatever they wanted, they mainly wanted the scientists. The scientists they kept and was like, all right, we need you to build Nazi these things. Yep. But you soldiers, soldiers, thank you for telling us all the experiments and telling us, how the human body react to this type of gas, the neurons react to that, the receptors react to this. Thank you for that, because that's what y'all was doing in Germany. Same way they thanked the Japanese for doing the tests and giving them information with the experiments they was doing to the Chinese in Manchuria. The government know all of this. People, he's speaking on this topic like these guys are nefarious, giants. They're very evil, but your own presidents, your own government doing the same shit. This is why I'm like, white people, you cannot just tell me like, oh, I have a black friend, I have a black wife, I have a black husband. That one person is not reflection of all of us, and you are not a full reflection of your whole. So you as a collective, you would criticize, you right in criticizing Hitler, but you're not being as critical to your government who was in bed with Hitler. To the people who finance Hitler, who happen to be the same religion of the victims of Hitler. So until you bring all of them to the pulpit and you judge all of them equally, then I really don't. I'm gonna take what I want from you, but I really don't trust you 100% still, because you're not being 100%, thorough in your investigation or your, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's a fair point.
But I heard about that. That's interesting. That's interesting. I heard they took the first houses with basements to these South American countries, because South America, we don't build houses with basements. They took the first houses with basements. Like they start constructing in Venezuela or it was another country, Argentina. I heard as well, Argentina. So they started constructing homes like that in these countries. They're like, who's these guys? They slept with the locals, had a bunch of children. Like, you an ex-officer, like you got money, you got contacts, you got plus you white supremacy is already on the rise, so people respect you off rip.
Crazy. And he said that they was doing, he said like some of the scientists, I forget the name, these are German names.
Schlechenbacher.
He was like, it was certain scientists that when they went to Chile and whatever experiments they were doing on the Jews, they just moved it to Chilean children and Chilean
that's how they are,
men, and they was just conducting it out there.
That's how these people are.
That's sick.
Bomb these niggas, bro.
These niggas, that's these niggas' nature.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. May I, or you got some?
Nah, you continue.
I bet. So, speaking of sick people, I'm gonna dive right into this CEO of Victoria's Secret.
Okay.
I don't know his name though.
Let's look
I didn't
it up
do my
Look it up real quick.
But I'm gonna look it up. You gonna look it up for me?
All right, let me look it up.
I bet. So basically,
CEO, right?
Yeah, the CEO of Victoria's Secret. For the women out there that may be listening, you may have heard that that fashion show shit is done. It's no more. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be no more, yearly
John
runways.
Mayhas. Who? John Mayhas.
John Mayhas.
Mehas.
Right. John Mayhas. The famous runway. It's just one model. She does it every year. I forgot her name, but they got the wings and imagine.
I would love
that type of shit. That shit is done now.
Christmas.
They're no longer gonna have it because a lot of folks were speculating. A lot of women online were upset. Mostly white women was like, "Oh, you sensitive ass bitches, you got this shit shut down because y'all fat and." These girls going in, bro. Like, yo, y'all fat and y'all Got a reason why she got canceled. Not everything's for everybody, which I agree with. Which I do agree to an extent that not everything is for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Not to say that we just gonna like we're not gonna exclude overweight people from certain activities because that's just not right. But do I want to see a runway? With, you know what I'm saying, like
everybody know their comfort zones, so
Yeah, exactly. But it got shut down because it got exposed that the CEO of Victoria's Secret had dealings with Jeffrey Epstein. He was supplying him with young women to his island back in the day, 80s, 90s. Apparently, this island been prominent for years. I had no idea. Like, I had no idea that this island has had millions, not millionaires and billionaires on it, just having freak ass parties and just flying women by the dozens, by the thousands. Like, yo, come over here. You 14? You sure? Your parents ain't gonna? All right. You 16? All right,
I think 16 will be a cutoff.
Right. You 4 years old? Nah.
Yeah.
It's the yacht club. You in or you out. Most people wouldn't
4 years
know.
Old? Dominic. I can't. Nah, nobody's that evil.
What? Dominic, what?
These niggas, nah, there's no way. There's no
way.
Do
you hear yourself? I told you about the Talmud, what they wrote about girls under 3 and over 3. What is wrong with you?
Wait, no. My thing is, okay, maybe it ain't that evil, but how's that possible, though? How you getting a 4-year-old?
They did it to babies.
Well, I mean, they are kidnappings. So
split the baby vagina from the vagina to the anus. Split the whole thing when he inserted it.
Remember the whole child actors gig?
Yeah.
Parents sign away their rights to an underage. Oh, go stay with this director.
An open secret.
Famous.
Watch that documentary.
Right.
So
yeah,
you don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
these niggas is insidious.
Under 8 years old is just like, how's that even?
I tell you, over and over again, you try to conceive. You try to conceive these people with a moral and ethical.
I know it's not moral, but it's like even
mindset. I'm saying your mindset is moral and ethical. So when you try to fathom these acts, it's inconceivable for you. But me, I know their nature. I know who they are. So it's like I expect you to do this.
Yeah. You know what the thing is about me? I just be trying to search. Like, I just be trying to, like, ain't nobody that evil, so there's no way. Like, I know it, but in my head, I be trying to just give it.
Just kind of had that, yeah.
It's like, there's no way it's niggas out there that evil.
I think that's just being human. Like, you just expect, out the womb, these my parents. Mm-hmm. Nobody have to tell you. You act accordingly, and then, I don't know.
Niggas surprised. Niggas be like, surprised, nigga.
But, yeah, so that came out, so that's why...
it's canceled,
and it kind of makes you think like this Victoria's Secret ain't that's a big ass brand.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and it's a prominent American brand.
Yeah, a lot of prominent American brands are founded on some really fucked up shit.
That's what I'm saying. It makes you really think like, yo, what's up with these? All the biggest names got blood on their hands.
Yes, yes.
Now, what I'm anxious to see is, will it be canceled? Mm-hmm. Because sometimes it's like we're going to cancel them in the now, in the next year.
Right. Exactly.
What was that scandal?
We forgot about
it. Because niggas forget.
We changed the CEO. This is a different person.
We changed the name of the runway.
But he's still reaping benefits behind it.
So.
Right. And then another thing, too, it's like, we found out about him. How many more potential giant brands that we know of, we're well acquainted with, actually, was in bed with these guys? Right. How many are still functioning? How many new ones popped up? So it's all a game. Like, we need to, you know what I'm saying? And then it could be some shit like this. Like, he might not do something that we like. Oh, you think you're better than us now, John? Okay, we're going to put this out and kill him. You know what I'm saying? And when I say kill him, I mean, like, in the media, we killing you. Right. Okay. Like, dragging you through the mud. Like, this guy was acquainted. And then he's like, and then everybody else part of the committee or part of the circuit is like, damn, these niggas. Nah, I gotta go with it. Like, I can't go against it. If you're that type of person, like, if you care about people's perception of you, then you're gonna be like, damn, I don't want to fuck up business. I care about people's perception. Right. Like, I'm gonna go along with it. You see what I'm saying? Or it could have just been like on some like they genuinely found out about it, and you know they probably like same thing with Epstein. Yo, you gonna have to take this fall.
Yeah,
but we not gonna kill you though. Make sure you don't go to any jail because we not gonna kill you.
Right.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
I was on IG and I came across a post. It was very interesting, but I know niggas be reaching. Like, it was talking about the whole Jeffrey Epstein stuff. And remember I touched on the Mediterranean shipping company, whereas they seized 13 tons of cocaine worth $1 billion. Yep. It said, if you look at the timeline, this person commented talking about it. He was like, if you look at the timeline, after Jeffrey Epstein was apprehended, federal authorities got the tip that the shipping company was going to have, you know, all this cocaine on it. This is the largest bust in U.S. history ever. Well, U.S. history, right? So the guy was alluding to that Jeffrey was potentially talking to authorities. But then when I looked at the dates, I'm like, this don't really check out because Jeffrey Epstein was apprehended July 6th and the shipping company, the bus, was like in June. So I'm like, how was he talking a whole month in advance?
Yeah.
Unless he was like apprehended first. But I was just saying, like, it was very interesting. That's why I'm mentioning it now. I never believed it because I'm like,
whoever owned that, whoever was a
but JP Morgan, it's linked to billionaires. Because what interested me in reading up into this and looking into the dates mainly was the whole, like you said, it was billionaires around that. Like, the ship is owned by JP Morgan, billionaires. Mediterranean Shipping Company, that brand, that business is owned by an Italian billionaire couple. So it's like billionaire. Oh yeah. It's like, all right, it makes sense. And then he was basically saying, like, because Jeffrey Epstein was talking, well, by the ship being seized, all the other, you know, billionaires, you know, power players was like, all right, this nigga is talking. Because as soon as he get grabbed, like, our business get fucked up. We've been running this shit for how long now?
Facts.
Yeah.
Hundreds of years. Not hundreds, but like.
Yeah. And running under the radar.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but I know for a fact stuff like that happens. Like, these people be low key, like, you know, handling, you know, business like really illegally.
Think, bro.
But as far as him being the mole for that, I don't know how.
Yeah,
I don't subscribe to that.
It's a cool theory, though.
Yeah, it's a cool theory to entertain.
But that should make you think about like just like, let's say you out here working type shit. Like, right now I work with T-Mobile. God knows who's the parent company. There's no parent companies.
Yeah.
It's like 6 companies that own all the companies in America.
In the world.
So it's just like... Nah, that shit really make you think, though. Like, when I work for T-Mobile, right? And we know that, you know, all the companies in the world is owned by like 6 major companies and it's all just branches and shit. That shit really make you think, like, I work for this company, but who knows what type of shit they really doing? Not saying T-Mobile, obviously, but just in general, you work for Apple. Who knows? Everybody loves Apple, but me personally, I don't think there's any way for a company to get that. They're the biggest brand in the world, literally. Like, by numbers, they're the biggest brand. It's not even close at this point.
Yeah.
It makes you think, like, what the fuck are they doing, really? You know what I'm saying? Because it seems like when you get to that billionaire status, it's like, it's just a large amount. It's like 99% of these niggas just have just evil intent.
Yeah.
Type shit. Like, hopefully, you know, that black billionaire that was on, I forgot his name.
Robert Smith.
No, he was on the Breakfast Club. The one that had the great story.
Byron Allen.
And then, you know, Jay-Z's a billionaire. Hopefully, these guys are doing it the right way. You know what I'm saying? But I can't help but think that to get in those rooms and to even break that ceiling as a black man, what are they initiating you to do to get into that room? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you making money. Somebody has to do dealings with you to make that money. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
Barnes Allen, his biggest break was when that guy brought him to that party with all the other TV executives and was like, "Yo, work with him."
Yeah. Who's not returning Byron's calls? He's like all of them.
Exactly. So it's like,
yeah,
it's either that guy is just a great guy or Byron Allen
like
had to do something to get like get in his good graces. Yeah. Not everybody's gonna be as great as that guy.
Yeah. Exactly.
Somebody gonna actually do some shit. Yo, Byron, I saw you hanging around with that 15-year-old the other day. You want this deal? You got to bring it to my island. Type shit.
Because like on the surface, some things look like everyday dealings, but it could be a business transaction.
Yeah,
you never know. Like it could look like nothing to you, but it might be a favor. You know,
the favors
like Diddy and Steve Harvey daughter Lori.
Right, that shit was weird.
Stuff is bizarre from the outside, but you don't know what happens behind the scenes.
That's a fact.
Because Diddy, after, the daughter dating my son,
messing the son, yeah.
Like that.
Any nigga your age should not be dating your daughter. That's point blank.
He got the Arthur fist, like.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit crazy, man. It just makes you. Living in America just makes you just question shit.
A lot of
question
shit.
Everything. Like, what are y'all niggas really doing?
Question shit like them even conceiving the thought of having Julia Roberts act as Harriet Tubman.
What the fuck was that, son? What was that? What was that?
Really? Imagine that. Imagine that.
Yo,
white woman with a bunch of black slaves. Oh no, massa. Oh no, don't take me to rape me tonight. This is how Julia Roberts is gonna be sounding.
Right. Right.
Nah.
Could you imagine that shit? And it was like, yo, it happened so long ago. Nobody gonna notice.
A lot. Oh my god.
Who gonna notice she's not black? It happened.
We Google her. We see a black picture,
and it's right there, like in your face with it. Like
that's just the disrespect.
That's just, about this. Get out of my head, bro. Get out of my head.
My bad.
That's disrespect. That's like we gonna do what the fuck we want. We gonna cast somebody Chinese to play her next. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
That's how they coming at us.
We casted Jesus white. We casted gods of Egypt white. We casted.
That was crazy too.
What else they casted? That's like what?
They made an Egyptian god movie with white people, bro.
What else they did? Oh, Noah.
Yeah.
The Noah's Ark. The next one with it was Steve Carroll and then another one with Zach Galifianakis.
One was God Almighty, right?
God Almighty. Evan Almighty, yeah.
And then
No, Bruce Almighty, yeah.
Bruce Almighty,
yeah.
And then the other one was the Noah's Ark.
Evan Almighty with Steve Carell. When he built the Ark, Steve Carell.
From that was him. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then what's his name was God.
Morgan Freeman
was God.
And no.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
He wasn't God.
He was
Morgan Freeman was God.
Right?
Nah, Morgan Freeman
Bruce
was God.
Almighty.
Morgan Freeman was God.
He prayed to God for some shit. He wanted to. He wanted to be God. He wanted to have his thoughts or some. He wanted to be God. He wanted the powers of God.
Yeah, but wasn't he getting the powers of God throughout the movie?
He had the powers, but Morgan Freeman was still God.
Okay.
The black man is God.
Yeah. But see, things I understand them keeping like the Jesus and the Noah shit white because we got to keep the masses believing they were white. But to put Egyptians as white, that's like, all right, come on. Now you doing what you want.
Now you trying it, yeah.
They had the Cleopatra face, like, based on the skull and the dynamics and this, and our computer generation came up with this face. A white, ugly ass white woman. Well, Cleopatra is known for her beauty.
Yeah. Right.
Yes, you show a fucking ugly white woman. Not saying that all white women are ugly.
Yeah, of course not. Of course not.
A ugly one though. Like, bro.
Yeah.
Like, get out of my face with that.
Well, hopefully, because
wait, let me look up the.
We know about Tyler Perry. Hopefully, he uses his platform.
Another billionaire
to do some,
Yeah, I'm gonna play
some clapback,
George Washington. Yeah.
Another billionaire.
I'm gonna play George Washington. You're gonna be Thomas
Jefferson.
Oh
yeah, that's a fact.
Dominique gonna be Benjamin Franklin.
In a world of unseasoned chicken, like that's how we coming.
That is.
And unseasoned potato salad.
How's it going?
Speaking of chicken and potato salad, tomorrow's Thanksgiving.
Well,
does it feel like find this guy. Thanksgiving to you guys?
It feels like indigenous people have been wronged today.
Yeah, I mean, it feel like Genocide Day. That's what I call it every year. It's just my family black. We from America, so this is just our time to get together. Like
eat some
like
sweet potato pie.
I'm not texting nobody tomorrow. Happy Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna text a few
I'm not
people.
gonna lie. I say it out of habit at my job. Like if a customer comes in, oh, if I want to see you, happy Thanksgiving, happy Turkey Day. But like in reality, like if I could just like not celebrate this shit and not make it a thing, like if I if I had to go to work today, I wouldn't mind because it doesn't exist. It's just a day of celebration.
Yeah.
Niggas got murdered in the honor of this. This
Murdered
is insane.
and raped,
It's the only, not the only country, but this is the only country where we have so many holidays where we celebrate shit.
Pillaging.
Like the mass murder of a.
Because they put all these sugar coats on it. The turkey, they make it about the Easter bunny. They make it about this.
Even songs, bro. Like carols. And even songs like little children's songs, like the monkeys in the bed and one rolled out. It was niggers in the bed and all of this shit, bro. Back in the day.
Yeah, bro.
It gets deep.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I am looking forward to just seeing my family more and being full and shit. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, in some being thankful for stuff like that. Like, that's how we gotta change this shit. Like, we gotta be thankful.
It definitely makes you more thankful because you think about the niggas that lost their lives and shit. Yeah. I'm thinking about that way. Like, damn, niggas lost their lives and we celebrating this day. But I think about like that. Other people, white people probably think like, yo, white people, some white people are funny. Like, they'll say things like, even though that was bad, aren't you thankful that they did that? Because now we got this great country.
Nah.
We got all opportunity. And I get what they saying, but like, life could have been a lot better if y'all wasn't just killing niggas.
Yeah.
Like,
you didn't have to kill humans them to have this great country.
Technology, like
nobody suffered from like too much peace. Like, it's too peaceful in the streets.
You put it so well.
It's too peaceful in the streets. I can't go out there. Everybody's smiling. Like, what?
Yeah.
Right. Like we could have had flying cars in the future and all the other shit. We could have had Teslas and
we could have a lot of stuff that we have now with healthier. Like we could have great cell phones without the blue light making us blind.
Right. Yeah.
Calcifying our pineals and shit.
Because a lot of great minds were lost during all these, the genocides.
Exactly.
A lot of great minds were lost. You don't know who could have been the next who or the best who.
That's a fact.
Exactly.
And then these scientists that's being used to, come up with these conniving, demonic ideas, they're just doing that because they're like subjected to do that. So imagine if these guys were operating out of like a free, like ethical mind, like Nikola Tesla.
Yeah, the brain gonna move, your body gonna move forward, your spirit gonna be better.
We're naturally evolving creatures.
Yeah,
white people are naturally regressive, devolving creatures.
And I also feel like for every Einstein and every Nikola Tesla that was white, probably was 100,000 scientists that were black that was fire, but never got their day. You know what I'm saying? Because we put them onto science, and then it just trickled down.
Exactly.
So imagine Einstein is like the holy grail of what they consider a genius.
Physicist.
And he was. Yeah. I give him that. He was. But who knows? You know what I'm saying? Who knows?
Yes.
It just makes you think about.
Yeah. Yes.
But what we got? Why are you looking up that? My bad.
Looking up what?
I'm gonna find the next topic. I'm gonna find the executive director that said this dumb shit.
It was the Jeff Bezos stuff, right?
Yeah, it's next.
We got two stuff. What said what stuff? What are you?
No. I was going to look up the producer that said Julia Roberts.
Oh,
just his name. I want to just get his name. Like,
yeah,
all right, you a dickhead.
Okay. Important to know the name. Match it to the face.
Right, but Jeff Bezos.
No, get the name first.
I bet.
We just cut all this out.
I bet. Let me see. They might not even expose it, but let me see. Oh, got it. Quick. Yo, screenwriter. He's a screenwriter for it and the producer, Gregory Allen Howard. He sounds familiar. He's a pretty big name.
I don't know.
He the one that pitched. That nigga's insane. You gotta question people's mindsets and people's thoughts when they think about shit like that.
White supremacy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then watching, I didn't watch the Harriet movie, but I understand why he would have a white woman because, first of all, the movie is bullshit. It's fictional. Like,
yeah,
there you go.
A black man was the antagonist. A white man is the protagonist. Like the same enslaver saved you at the end. So now
but they gotta have that.
So now, if she had indeed played Harriet, a white woman is helping free black people, right? And then a black man tries to stop this great white woman savior, and then a white man comes and killed the black man.
Wait. So it's the movie black Harriet man that tried to stop Harriet Tubman?
The bullshit movie that came out, yes. It's Harriet, she's freeing the slaves, and a black slave bounty hunter. Like, that's what he do. He's a bounty hunter. So he goes to stop Harriet, capture Harriet, whether that
is that even a thing?
Know. Yeah, bounty hunters, yeah.
No,
it's like Catcher Freeman.
They have black bounty hunters?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like Catcher Freeman.
That's crazy.
It's like Catcher Freeman. So send Catcher to capture you or stop this nigga bitch that is freeing all of my property because I'm losing money. I'm fucking up. Right. My business is fucked up. Right. So if she had indeed played Harriet, that's what I'm saying, Julia Roberts, it would have been a white woman saving all these black slaves.
Yeah. Okay.
A black man trying to stop this white woman from saving these black slaves. Yeah. And then a white man came and killed the black man. So once again, you're sitting, you're tranced, and you watching this, and it's like, oh, white people are great.
Yeah.
Black people ain't shit.
And imagine the kids.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because kids are already not even really learning like the deep history of
slavery.
Because
they're trying to push it out.
They're learning the basics.
Yeah, they're trying to wipe it out altogether.
So seeing that, and they going to school and learning bullshit, they're going to be all fucked up.
Yeah, exactly.
All respect to Harriet Tubman, but, if you're not there to tell your side of the story, like anyone is liable to tell it.
Right.
Exactly. If, Dominique not in the room, I asked Abdalla, what was he like? Oh, we was younger, he was stingy, this and that. Right. With him not being able to represent himself, that could be true, that could be false.
Right. It's really up in the air.
Exactly.
So they taking that platform to, slander or whatever their agenda is.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
I'm not even like drawn to watch it.
Yeah.
I haven't got any.
It flopped.
Good.
Any like, what's the word?
To my knowledge.
Like temptation at all. 0%.
Yeah. I see it. I'm like,
yeah. I'm like, all right.
Next.
Scroll.
That should be on regular TV. No. Watching.
Which I don't have.
So.
I like those jeans, by the way. I meant to tell you that.
It.
I like what you got going on. I like the socks. I like the the jeans.
Little get up. It was only right coming back to the Apple.
I'm really into we into details, so I peeped it.
Coming back to the Apple, it was only right.
For sure. Jeff Bezos. Another billionaire that you gotta really question it. Because I'm a hypocrite when it comes to Amazon. Do what you want. I need my package in 1 or 2 days. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
or the same day. Some instances.
Yeah, same day. Literally. Yeah. It's like Amazon. You don't hear the best things about Amazon as far as like the way they treat their employees and. Novin used to work in the warehouse, and he used to say like it's like mad hard work and shit. It's like crazy. But anyway, he recently donated the CEO Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos, right? Is Bezos or Bezos?
Bezos. But he's, according to when you introduced the topic, it sounded like No, I'm bugging. I'm thinking about something else. No,
it's Bezos or Bezos?
It's Bezos.
Okay.
Bezos.
Okay. He donated $98.5 million to homeless organizations, things of that sort, right? He caught fire online. Niggas is like, yo, you donated like, what, 0.1 of your fucking
net worth? Yeah.
0.9, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was an article, the first comment, I retweeted it. First comment, I said, you can't make anyone happy. The first comment was like, oh, great, Jeff Bezos, you donated 0.9% of your net worth. That's so awesome. I'm like, bro, what the fuck do y'all niggas want?
Like, how much have you contributed?
I literally wrote, I said, how much did you donate? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck we talking about here?
Yeah, how much of your net worth did you?
That's $100 million.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the world we live in, though. You could donate 500 million. If you worth 2 billion, niggas like, yo, you worth 2 billion, bro. You could at least donate 1 billion. What type of shit is that? Mm-hmm. If I'm worth 10,000, I'm supposed to give up 5,000.
That's like seeing somebody. That's like seeing somebody give a homeless person $2 or $5.
You ain't got 10,
bro. You driving an Infinity. You only give them $5.
Oh nah.
Like
that's a fact. Like, but nobody has to do shit.
We don't.
You know that, right?
It's called gratuity.
That's it.
Like, he don't have to. And then that guy, it's like, you don't even know how many organizations, foundations Jeff Bezos potentially donating to.
Real shit. It's probably 100 million this month. Next 6 months, he may be generous again. Donate 200 million.
It could be a monthly thing, bi-monthly.
Right.
You know
Who
what I'm
knows?
saying?
Yeah, just appreciate the deed, you know?
Exactly. Like, why you counting? Why you pocket watching?
That's the world.
Why pocket watching another man? Like,
that's the world we live in.
But in the same light, those people won't press like their Instagram personality to say, well, they won't associate that same type of dynamic of, you got these followers, obviously you making a little coin, like, I never seen you donate, you know.
Right.
So it's different levels. Right. Again,
them niggas don't donate. Mm-hmm. They commenting, they donate.
Always talking shit.
Right. They don't donate.
They don't even have a public profile.
Right.
So, you know, there's people you deem as successful regardless by whatever standards you're playing by, but you won't go to your doctor like, oh, I know you're making bread, you know, why don't you give a little to Haiti?
Exactly. Speaking of doctor, bro, yo, once again, reaffirming shit that I said before, chopping it up with this white woman doing Uber, right? She was like, we was talking about how certain job functions, they exploit the title of their job function. So I was like, we got on the subject of the medical field. I mentioned how doctors would lie to women, telling them that they need a C-section just to get more bread because of the procedure, right?
Right.
She was like, you know what? My friend, another white girl, is pregnant, and the doctor said, let's just go ahead and, you know, perform a C-section because I'm going on vacation next week.
Are you fucking dumb?
I looked at this woman through the rear view mirror. I said, are you serious right now? She's like, I'm dead serious. I laughed. I was like, yo, I'm sorry for laughing, but that's just the most bizarre. She's like, it's cool. My friend laughed when he told her that.
Fuck your vacation.
She was like, I'm not doing that. Yeah. When you come back, I could have my baby. If I have to have my baby when you're not here, I'll get another doctor. You're not cutting me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know how many women are being lied to because these niggas going on vacation?
Yeah. Or they just lazy.
They just don't feel like...
Because they getting the check regardless.
Yeah. Exactly.
When you set foot in that...
Oh, man, there's certain complications with the baby. The dexterity of the... Oh, my God, I trust you.
Yeah, all these big words. Yeah. You scare me. She's already crazy. Yep. She already... Her hormones already because she having a baby. And you feeding her these... they know how to...
Son.
These niggas are like mechanics.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you have a little scratch and they'll be, yo, my man, you need a whole new door.
Fields, yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You need a whole new fucking... Your engine fucked up. It'd be a little.
Man, I was performing an oil change.
You know, you got a car.
I noticed. You know, the spark plugs was a little rusty, and when I tried to start it up, it was a little hesitant. Do it usually happen? Knowing damn well it usually happens. Sometimes it would happen.
They know how to
but
sell
it did happen 2 months.
But that's going on.
It's,
like y'all said, you know, that's going on in other industries. Like
every
look at the prison system.
Every industry, bro.
It's like if we could get this filled, you know, you get a nice little bonus. So petty crimes, you know, going through the roof.
It's incentives. Yep.
Oh, we gonna get the speeder, this jaywalker. You know,
I was just you too. Y'all this mind reading shit. I was just thinking jaywalk.
I'm telling you,
it's crazy, son.
Yes. And that's as a white woman.
Oh, you get out. All right, look, cut. We gotta stop this shit.
Wait, you was about to say
the whole time I'm about to say like, yo, you think it's bad for them? You know how many black women die on the table?
Yeah,
because they got pains and niggas not handing them, and because they did something they wasn't supposed to because they believed the doctor, and now they bleeding out and nobody take them serious. That's a thing now. Like doctors and nurses think that these patients are lying about their pains, and nobody's handing them out, and then the woman ends up dying after having a child or dying with the child
because organ trafficking.
Exactly, that too. But even on just a more, how could I say, not as a
less devious,
on a less serious note.
Yeah,
these doctors are looking at black women and they're like, I just don't believe you.
Yeah,
I think you're just trying to get more meds.
They since slavery, they had this false misconception that
it's
a misconception because that means it'll be the truth if it's false. Misconception.
Right. Two negatives.
So they had the misconception that black people are more enduring of pain. So they're like, oh, these niggas, they don't need anesthesia.
We're like animals, basically.
Yeah, we're savages.
Right.
Yeah, so they don't need anesthesia. They're perfectly, they're nigger habits and nature. They're good.
Right. It's crazy. If she was black, they probably would have told her like, nah, you gotta wait till you come back. Yeah. It's either you have the C-section when he's here, or you gotta.
No, they can't.
You just can't have.
Nah. Once the baby's coming, the baby's coming. They ain't gonna be like, oh, the doctor isn't here.
I'll be surprised.
She gonna be like, bitch, you gonna be a doctor, like
right. But
this baby's
I'm telling you, man. I told the story
I remember
a few episodes ago with the doctor. Like literally, doctors they lying and you dead to your face. Oh, yeah. Like yo, like I saw a video. I told you about that on a episode. Doctor flat out told this woman, you gotta pull the plug on your son.
Damn.
You gotta pull the plug. It ain't worth keeping him in. It's just I need that room for another patient.
That's tough.
Even though she could afford it.
Real shit.
Because
I'm telling you gotta put a plug. Like it's just not worth the time.
I think it's like thousands of dollars or a week or a day just to keep somebody on life support.
Yeah.
Or a month, something like
that. It's expensive.
But I heard the figure one time. I was like, "What?"
It's very expensive. Yeah. But it's like, who made up these prices? We just like, what the fuck? We paying for the light bill for the whole fucking building for one room?
Crazy.
It's nuts. It's nuts. But I was gonna say that going back to just Bezos. In this country, there's like a rich hating culture. You've heard it from your parents. Like
I agree.
Money's the root of all evil, which the greed for money's the root of all evil. Because money is the root of a lot of things great as well.
Yeah.
Medical bills, transportation, building a family. Yeah. You need money. The greed is when the evil comes in. When you hear things like, "Oh, all rich people are the same," you hear these little nuances, these little phrases growing up that make you believe that rich people are evil. But when you start getting around people that's making money, you start like, branching off and you in your own business deals. Like you start really learning about business. You realize that it ain't really like that. A lot of times you got to be a good person to get far until until you get to the billionaires. You got to probably sell niggas organs and shit. Who knows? But but a lot of times to get into a position, you got to be a good person. You got to help more people than you are getting help. That's just. But when I see comments like, "Oh, you only donating this," it's like some real rich people hating shit. Cause these niggas ain't gotta do nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't gotta donate $100 million. They should. I think they should as a
because they not even paying taxes. That's another thing that people usually mention. Like, they had the figure. It's like Jeff Bezos made.
Oh yeah, he didn't pay shit last year.
Or something. The full figure. I don't know if it's true or not, fact. But I know it's over $1 billion. And there's like paid $0 in taxes.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And even though that may be bad, if I'm a billionaire, I don't want to pay that shit either.
But
because they got loopholes.
I'm doing the same shit they doing. Exactly. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I'm doing the same shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to retain as much as I possibly can. Because
y'all not about to have the cheat code, not hand me out the cheat codes.
Exactly.
Yeah. You feel me?
Like everybody, they would try to retain as much.
Yeah.
If they came to you right now at your job, you make $2,000 a week. They'd be like, "Oh, if you check this box, you don't have to pay no more taxes."
Bro,
you checking that fucking box.
Niggas, bro,
so why would you expect these people to?
Right.
You got the same mindset.
Yeah.
You probably like,
just,
he could pay that. He could pay $100 million and offset a lot of stress from a lot of people. Mainly the poor being taxed. Yeah, but at the same time, yeah, it's a fucked up dog eat dog mentality to have. But you're doing the same thing. It's just in a different way, a different aspect. You saw that man trying to transition over with his blinker on, but you sped up to prevent him from switching lanes.
Right.
So it's the same mindset.
Yeah.
You know your sibling or your spouse may be hungry, but you ate the last bite. You ate the last set of food. Yeah, facts. So it's the same.
Whole bunch of selfishness.
Exactly.
Going around, yeah.
You saw that person trying to find the right orange juice, but you picked up the last no pulp.
Right.
So it's like
it's like different degrees of shit.
You saw them. You saw me trying to go into the parking lot. You zoomed in. Like
what I hear a lot of people talk about or allude to, like when they're in school. Mm-hmm. Financial literacy is like the last thing on the totem pole. Like you doing algebra before you do anything,
Facts.
So all of your knowledge is coming from what you hear, your environment.
Yeah.
Oh, the man down the street with the Benz, like, oh, save your money, go to college. Your mom's like, work and then go to college. Stack up your bread this year, go next year. And so you getting tugged every which way. And then it all goes back to, well, I'm in public school. I'm not learning about this. What are they learning in private school to keep that, that wealth going?
Yeah.
So, dad's not just going to hand you a business and you're not ready for it. So it's like, what are you really learning? While we learning, go be an employee. All right.
Exactly.
Pay your taxes. Go do X, Y, Z.
Yep. That's what it is. I think, and it's a very smart plan.
It is.
It's like, they feed us the education. Don't get me wrong, education is good, but they feed us the education shit, knowing that they telling their kids, all right, build a business.
Yep.
You ain't really gotta go to school. Go to school, you could go to school, but they teaching them business savvy shit from young. They not. I'm guarantee you, these niggas is not saying like, yo, from middle school, you gotta go to school.
Yep.
To get good grades, get a good job. I can guarantee you that ain't the formula. Mm-hmm. But they telling us, like, yo, go to school, get a good grade, go get a job. You know what I'm saying? They telling their kids the formula is like, all right, you gotta do this, you gotta do, you know what I'm saying? You got a trust fund, you got a LFC, all the little, you know what I'm saying? But we like education. And it's good education, but it's like, how can I explain it? It's like they leading us down a path that we think is good.
Yeah.
But it's a better path.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy. So I'm saying I commend these niggas. It's deviant what they do, but they smart. They smart. It's either they really smart or we just really dumb. I don't know.
No, I
don't know what it is. It's either we really dumb and they appear to be smart, or they just really smart.
I think they just perfected a system.
Yeah.
Like somebody,
no, not perfected a system. Keep
what
going.
You gonna say?
I would
somebody
say,
like, oh.
I'm sorry.
I
wouldn't say perfected because there's people who think outside the box like us who peep the system. If it was perfect, everybody would be subject.
Right, yeah, if it's perfect.
That's why I said. But,
okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, like someone, let's say 10-year-old, they grow up on PS4, what have you. You show them a PS1, they're not gonna have any interest. The nostalgia is gone because it's like these graphics are horrible.
It wasn't even any nostalgia. It came out before while I was a sperm cell.
Right. So it's like, this is terrible. I never want to see this again.
Yeah.
Where you'll see the PS1 and have that appreciation.
Exactly.
As to say, well,
like, yo, this paved the way.
Yeah.
When this hit the market.
So it's like, in the beginning, we're going to test these little things out. Now, 2019, we know certain advertisements going to get them. Put the Lambo truck on there. Put the little whatever on there. We know certain music gonna bind them. Give them certain mentalities. Yeah. So now it's like you don't really gotta think much into the system. You just plug and play. When he's of age, boom, this is yours. I'm gonna sit back.
Yep.
Keep the system going. Keep the pyramid running.
Facts.
We about to. That was a good topic.
That was
like
good.
That.
Nah,
That was good.
It was. Yeah.
Yeah. We about to switch gears a little though. Get a little metaphysical in a sense.
Okay.
I was reading up why or how come the moon affects, like, the possible influences it has on our moods.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mainly wanted to look up the influences it has on us. Period.
Okay.
But especially the full moon. But then I came across it. Actually, it's mainly our moods that it influence. And I'm gonna just read a quick.
You about to get all the astrology bitches pussy wet.
I'm saying
right
all
now.
The horoscopes
soaked. What's y'all horoscope? Right. What's your water sign? What's your earth sign? Oh my god, you're so interesting.
So we know the moon caused the ocean, like the
tidal change.
Yeah. Uh-huh. So
which is interesting in itself. That's crazy. It's fucking millions of miles away.
Exactly. So it says, the article says, tides are caused by tidal forces, and the answer to your question lies between the definition of a tidal force. A tidal force is related to gravity, but it isn't the same thing. It's really the difference between the strength of gravity at two locations. The gravitational attraction between two objects, say Earth and the moon, decreases with distance. This means the moon's gravity pulls most strongly on the side of the Earth closest to the moon and least strongly on the side that is farthest from the moon. Tidal forces on the side of Earth closest to the moon pulls material, mostly water, toward the moon. So that, in its sense, that basically, explains why it causes, tidal force.
Yeah, it pulls it towards and just.
Now we know that humans are roughly 70% water. Mm-hmm. So if it's pulling water in the ocean, you think it's not gonna have any effect on us internally?
Right.
We're
that makes sense.
So I looked up the chemical imbalance, the effect that the moon may have on the relationship between the moon and chemical imbalance in human beings. Mm-hmm. And I came across something called intermittent explosive disorder, IED. Now, IED is caused by chemical imbalance. So it checked out, how the moon, the relationship between moon and our behavior patterns. It's either caused by chemical imbalance or a brain injury. So this is quite, peculiar. This is very, very interesting to me. Like, I just wanted to hear you guys' thoughts on that. Like, have you ever, were you ever cognizant as to when it's like, and it's strongest, this tidal force is strongest when it's a full moon.
Full moon.
Yeah.
To be honest, it probably has affected me, but to be honest, I haven't really
paid attention.
Yeah. I'm not one that, some folks, they go on their roof, they look at the moon or they look at the stars.
No.
Like, I'm not one the only time I know it's a full moon is when somebody tells me.
Okay.
Like,
you don't notice it being extra bright outside?
I don't look outside my window, really.
Like when you walk in?
When I walk, I'm looking ahead, really.
Okay.
Like, I rarely ever look at the sky. Maybe I should to get some insight or whatever, just to, you know what I'm saying? But when I'm looking, I'm either looking ahead, I'm looking for my surroundings, because so much things going on. I'm just like,
all the time.
I'm just like, alright, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially at nighttime.
Yeah.
At nighttime, especially, because the moon is out during the day.
Yeah.
People don't notice that.
Yeah.
Even when it's sunny outside, the moon is there. Mm-hmm. I see that shit. It's always a little weird, but when it's nighttime, I'm on the alert. Mm-hmm. But I'll pay more attention now. When it's full moons, I'm outside. I'll be paying more attention.
Yeah.
Nah, for sure.
I've heard it in like a general sense, like, people joke about it, like, oh, the crazies come out when it's a full moon, but now we have more knowledge into it.
Yeah.
But you know what they say, there's truth in everything. So some people are joking about it, but
yeah.
I used to work with guys with schizo, autism, MR, and people always said like they tend to act out more when it's a full moon. I always heard it, but I never really looked into it. Yeah. Niggas start beating you up and shit when it's full moon. They be like, staff, it's full moon tonight. You know I get extra strength, right? You know that meds don't work, right? You know,
yo, Abdalla, you gave me applesauce for the fourth day in a row.
I said, yo, it's a full moon tonight.
Niggas get extra strength.
Nigga, muscles, yeah, nigga. That's
turn
mad
into
funny.
Bean.
For real.
That's mad funny. Wow.
But yo,
that's interesting.
Very interesting, bro.
So okay, wait. So besides the folks that have schizophrenia and mental challenges or whatever, what exactly does it do to just the everyday folks? Like you get more emotional. You get like like.
Let me go back to that.
Cause that's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, no. Yeah, I'm bugging. I've read the shit earlier. It causes it's a link between our anger.
Because I would think
because the chemical imbalance in the brain is linked to anger. So it makes sense because I forgot to mention this, but I was looking up the relationship between anger and chemical imbalance, because once I found out the gravitational pull, I linked the two with us being 70% water and stuff. So I was like, there has to be a relationship between chemical imbalance within us and anger. And as soon as I typed that up, anger popped up.
Right.
It's also linked to anxiety, shit like that. A lot of shit is linked to anxiety, depression.
Yeah.
Yo, a lot of shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
crazy.
You won't even
us
think
breathing
about,
right now, we probably breathing up some shit that's linked to anxiety and depression.
Right.
But
it's crazy.
Yeah, so it's mainly anger, the moon. So that's why I always say it affects the mood of the person.
That makes sense.
The mood is reflective of chemical, volatility.
That makes sense to me.
Okay.
That makes sense. Because when I think of like the ocean,
it be calm.
It's calm, and then the moon is disrupting that, I guess, pulling it more.
Yeah.
That's a disruption.
And us looking at it too. When we look at a calm ocean, we're calm. We feel serene.
Yeah.
When it's a storm, it's stormy weather. Don't go outside. Don't go outside.
Yeah. Facts.
Old black people get
That's
with their superstitions start popping up.
Right.
It's like
that makes sense.
Relax, grandpa. But yeah.
Something to look into.
Yeah, fact. I'm gonna definitely mention that to somebody that's into astrology.
Yeah.
And just get I know they're gonna have the facts.
I'm gonna avoid mentioning it because I know how that goes.
Yeah, you're gonna be there for a minute, probably. For sure. That's interesting.
Fact of the week?
Fact of the week.
Fact
I ain't
of
got
the week.
no more.
Alright, I got one. I gotta look for it though.
Wait, didn't I say I was gonna bring up a fact of the week?
Yeah, but
this
I don't know
week
if you did.
Remember last week? I was like, I'm gonna save it.
Yeah.
And this week,
what was it?
You talk. I'm gonna try to remember it. Cause it was a good one. Oh,
really
I'm gonna say it first. You mind?
Go ahead. No.
Sugar actually, it decreases the testosterone in men.
Synthetic sugar, like white sugar.
Yeah. I'm sure. I don't think it's like natural sugar. It's like fruit.
Wow.
Yeah.
So drinking all that juicy juice, that
Welch's, virtually
cakes,
anything.
Yeah, Tropicana.
Yep. That's why I've been dialing it back.
Soda.
I've been dialing it back because everyone that knows me knows I'm a sweet tooth guy. I like cookies. If we had a birthday party, I'm first in line to get a piece of cake.
Shout out Honey Buns.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I like ice cream. My mom just bought. They had 3 for $10. I said, "Mom, I can't even eat that shit."
Yeah.
Because I'm down the back. You know what I'm saying? Because as you get older, you lose 1% of testosterone every year. And when you get older, it just multiplies because you older. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you get older, mad shit happen to you. Your body shrinks. I read somewhere that say your dick gets smaller. I'm like, oh my God. I don't want to get older.
Yeah.
Shit. Like, this is crazy.
That's why a lot of them be grumpy now. Messing
that ass. And testosterone is like...
that's a fact.
Yeah.
That could be one.
So, a lot of things happen as you get older. So, I'm not going to help you out. Fuck up my testosterone. So, I'm going to dial it back. I'm not gonna be, like, completely out of sugar because that's really hard to... But, like, for example, like, you probably noticed my mom got snacks and shit. I ain't eat none of that. Like a few days before I decide to not eat sugar, I bought like cookies from Dollar Store. I ain't have none. You know what I'm saying? I just
take
can't.
a lot of discipline, but
real talk. Everyone that knows me know I like sugar. Don't get me wrong. I had a cookie like yesterday at what's it called? At Panera Bread.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? But like as far as like willingly going out getting like ice cream is mad high in sugar. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It's mad good.
Cookies and cream. But we used to purposely go to McDonald's to get a McFlurry, son.
Yeah.
I ain't had McFlurry in like a year. You was that guy too?
Yeah.
Bro, McFlurries are different.
Yeah.
They're the only thing good in McDonald's to me. Like, but I just can't have it, man. That's my fact of the week though. So all y'all niggas out there that got mad sugar and shit, y'all sugar craving, I'm telling you, if you a man, it's not doing you good, bro. I'm telling you, we need that shit. We need that shit, son.
So now you eating all that sugar and
then look, and then soy's and everything. Soy raises the estrogen in men. Yeah. Wow, the sugar lowers the testosterone. So you turn into a whole bitch out here.
Yeah, eat all that. Eat an Oreo. Eat an Oreo.
It's a bad combination.
Y'all stop arguing out there. Just relax.
That's why all these women, they're like, these niggas is
getting softer.
Real talk.
Yeah,
it's a bad combination. But yeah.
Fact of the week. My fact of the week is it's on human zoos.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
More than 20. This is from Timeline. I'm gonna read y'all two paragraph excerpts. More than 20 million people attended the 1904 World's Fair. They came to St. Louis to see electricity for the first time, to hear the first telephone, and to witness around 3,000 savages from Africa, Asia, and the Americas living in displays that resembled their native villages. In the late 19th century and early 20th century, the Western world was desperate to see the savage, primitive people described by the explorers and adventurers scouting out new lands for colonial exploitation. To feed the frenzy, thousands of indigenous individuals from Africa, Asia, and the Americas were captured and brought to the United States and Europe, often under dubious circumstances, to be put on display in a quasi-captive life in human zoos.
That's fucking nuts. Yeah.
Human zoos.
I knew that though.
Human zoos were prevalent between the 1870s and World War One, but the practice began soon after the invention of the modern circus in London in the 1770s. By the 1830s and 40s, there were an increasing preoccupation with the man being placed in a threatening position. Fred Dallinger Jr., curator of the circus history at the John and Mabel Ringling Museum of Art, told Timeline, like the inclusion of rare beasts from foreign lands, human zoos, and other displays of indigenous people offered audiences an hierarchical narrative of race where the West triumphed over the uncivilized cultures. Lion tamers overpowered big cats, and white men wrangled dark-skinned primitive people who could be labeled as cannibals or vicious savages to clueless Americans encountering them for the first time. These people ain't shit, bro.
Ain't shit.
When I first found out about human zoos, I saw like pictures and it would be like one person or two people. This article, I was reading it, bro. They would have like a whole village. No, they would import as much as 3,000 in one shipment, but it would have like in the zoo, the human zoo, it would have like a family, and they kept them in their native attire even in the wintertime. So you got to go out and do that flip or whatever.
With the zoos are outside, obviously, back then.
Yeah,
they're outside.
So it would be like, let's say you're from sub-Sahara Africa or whatever, and you just have like a the cloth around your waist. You have to go out in 20-degree weather and perform whatever we want you to perform. Insane. People would die. People would catch disease, sickness, stuff like that. Import some more. Barnum and Bailey was associated with this. Speaking of, companies, how they started. Mm-hmm. Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey, that's still prevalent today.
Yeah, I bet.
Circus and all of that stuff.
I bet.
Yeah.
We'll support them niggas, man.
Associated with a couple up and coming people were associated with this. It mentioned some guy. He was from like Europe. He had some position in like damn, I can't remember his name, but he had a position in terms of like he had a fucking position. Man, I can't remember.
He'll come back to you. He'll come back to you.
But yo, it's crazy, bro. Like
human zoos.
And that's the type of stuff they'll try to sweep under the rug and let's forget about it. Let's all,
yeah, let's move forward. It was so long ago.
Yeah,
Right.
Quick to forget.
But they don't want to forget
the Holocaust. Fucking bullshit.
None of that. Pearl Harbor, come on, son.
Yeah, y'all playing. Like
right.
Y'all still buying Honda and Toyota, like
yeah, exactly.
The Japanese ain't that crazy, like
right. Or the Germans, you know what I'm saying? BMW.
Y'all still supporting, so hey.
You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy that y'all mentioned that just now because people are more talking about these German and Japanese brand vehicles and products than they are talking about American products.
Yeah, like Ford, Chevy. Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
You teach us to hate this in history class, but as soon as we leave,
we're liking their
you,
products.
the professor, are driving a Honda.
Yep.
Or a
right.
Beamer or something.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Audi.
It makes no sense.
Oh, the Germans are so crazy.
Right. It makes no sense. Yeah. We still supporting, we supporting people that we supposed to be hating or they're traitors or, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. That's the name of the game, so. That's why I said all niggas in cahoots.
Being fake is the name of the game.
All niggas in cahoots. They all in cahoots.
That's why I'll be watching a lot of Dick Gregory, just to, he'll give you the real.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that's a fact. Dick Gregory.
R.I.P. to the legend.
R.I.P. the late great.
But
yeah, man,
it was a pleasure having you on.
Oh yeah, most def.
For sure.
Thank
most
you for coming.
Nice meeting you.
Yes, sir.
For sure.
Yeah. Another dope
That's
episode
it, man.
in the book. Catch y'all next
Yo,
week.
this lime green in the middle.
Oh yeah.
Or the black.
I ain't get the memo, but it's all good.
Nah, you good.
It's good.
Next time we gonna all wear lime green.
Facts.
Let's do it. Them old Mace videos.
Right.
Yeah. Like a green screen.
But
be like Rayman.
Y'all have a great, holiday season. Well,
no pork
tomorrow. No pork.
Right.
No dog. No cat. No rat. And support black businesses.
Yeah.
Man.